everyone, Chloe here, and welcome back to this womanhood platform, and welcome back to my channel, and happy holidays to all of you who are watching and tuning in. And if you are new here, ladies and lurkers and ear hustlers, welcome. So I wanted to unpack a few videos that I have coming up, of course, starting with this very quietly messy situationship with the ever beautiful Lupita Nyong'o and Mr. Sloppy Seconds, Mr. Joshua Jackson, in a cautionary tale breakdown that is very necessary for this channel to unpack, especially for the topic of rebounding and the poor decision making of dating freshly divorced men, which is very common with women in their late 30s and early 40s, as the dating and marriage marketplace at this age is flooded with divorced men. And a lot of women who are single and who have never been married or they've never had kids and who are dating around this age, their desires for fulfillment start to become even stronger. And women around this age, they tend to need a lot of support to make it through because their peers are often married with children. So around the age of your late 30s and 40s, you'll need a lot of inner work and a lot of outer support and a strong belief system to not make poor dating decisions such as this one. And I also wanted to touch on the bad girl phase, which Lupita seems to be going through a bit. And for those of you who don't know, the bad girl phase is when a woman becomes tired of being perceived as the nice girl, who crosses all of her T's and who dots all of her I's and who never makes a mistake. And eventually the good girl gets tired of being inauthentic. She gets tired of being passed over. And she also gets tired of seeing the bad girls get their way. Now, we often assume that being a celebrity and having fame and fortune and beauty will somehow equate to having better access to a higher caliber of man and a higher chance of happily ever after success. But celebrity and fame are not the same as having the hypergamous skills that are necessary to finesse the game. But as we can see from countless examples, that is not always the case. As dating as a publicly successful woman is truly a conundrum, as the pool of successful high-value men who are available to you actually shrinks. And the fame monster only further complicates this access, because the super gorgeous Lupita may have money. She has the fame and the beauty. But right now, she clearly wants something that money cannot buy, which is love and a family. And at a certain age, you will realize that time is in an hourglass. And all women, no matter how tough they act, which I have always stated from the beginning of my channel, will eventually have a deeper longing for someone to care and for someone to heart invest in them, which will create the very human siren scream in just about any woman who has that longing and that internal desire. Now, for house cleaning purposes, if learning about rebounding or dating divorced men isn't your cup of tea or your vibe, you know what to do. But I wanted to talk about when the good girl becomes the bad girl and why I ultimately do not recommend that any woman date any man who is freshly divorced, especially a proven messy man with a questionable character like Mr. Joshua Jackson. But Lupita, like most women, is clearly in search for her happy ending after privately experiencing what she has publicly described as a very painful, devastating heartbreak that was bad enough to drive her into the arms of Mr. Right Now, which in my opinion is a little bit too close to the sun in terms of professional circles. And I don't know how well that Lupita and Jody know each other, but professional wise, this just comes off a tad bit messy and isn't a good look at all. Now, the reasons why this sneaky link gone public is not a good look is because, one, Mr. Joshua Jackson is in the nasty beginner stages of a divorce. And all divorced men should come with a buyer beware sticker before you should even consider them dating material, let alone husband material, as they are normally filled with a lot of unresolved trauma pain and are riddled with divorce bullet wounds that will often take years to heal. Divorced men, or in Joshua's case, his wife tossed him to the curb. So in many cases, divorced men have a lot of fresh baggage, and they are notoriously known for discussing their exes' habits, her shortcomings, for playing the blame game, and for having a lot of mini mental breakdowns. And normally when you are dating a newly divorced man, you're the one who he ends up venting to and trauma dumping on, which is all the proof that you'll need that he isn't ready to date, let alone be serious. 2, two left shoes do not make a right one, because these two are both in the throes of what is known as a rebound. And for those of you who don't know what a rebound is a romantic relationship that is used as a band-aid to ego repair from a divorce or a nasty breakup. Rebounds, for the most part, are a very risque emotional investment that can emotionally devastate and backfire for both parties. And overall, no one likes being used as a band-aid for past hurts. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. So a lot of men like Joshua Jackson are gutted, blindsided, shattered, and are thrown the curveball of life when it comes to divorce, and are looking to soothe or to ego repair their bruised egos with a rebound, a fling, and otherwise the emotional band-aid of uncommitted, no strings attached fun. And we all know that it's all fun and games until somebody's feelings get hurt. So a rebound for a super sensitive Pisces soul like Lupita can and will cause more damage than harm, even when in the moment it feels right, and even when it feels like the most comfortable band-aid for her own breakup wounds. Another thing, Mr. Right Now is more than likely both using Lupita's success and Lupita's image to cook his soon-to-be ex-wife's grits. Let's not forget, Jodie Turner-Smith is the one who filed for divorce from this man, and she has not looked back once. And we all know that Mr. Joshua Jackson is a petty man, because he and his mouth diarrhea at his big age is the one who told the world on national television that his soon-to-be ex-wife proposed to him. And I'm all for black women dating the rainbow, but character over color every time. And no, I do not believe that Mr. Joshua Jackson is a sincere person at all. Just like I don't believe that Jonathan Majors is sincere in his intentions with the beautiful Megan Good, who is also looking for her happy ending as well. Now, of course, this is all being said with the full clarity and understanding that if these women like it, I love it. And that both of these 40-plus-year-old women are grown, and that they are free to make their own personal decisions, whether us internet cousins approve of them or not. But as for Lupita, trust and believe that Mrs. Jodie Turner-Smith left her ex in the dust for a good reason, because for Christ's sake, this beautiful actress doesn't even want alimony or child support from this man. So unfortunately, Lupita has put herself in the crosshairs of having to find out exactly why the soon-to-be Ms. Jodie Turner-Smith does not want that man. And many women who openly date men who are in the middle of a flesh wound of a divorce will unfortunately have to learn the hard way that a man with a young child who isn't even divorced yet is never a good option for a beautiful single woman such as Lupita. Now, mind you, my heart truly breaks for Lupita. Lupita has the right to her privacy, but I would really like to know what that ex of hers, Mr. Selena Masakela, did to break her heart, because Lupita has obviously been going through it. She's 40, she probably wants a family, but dealing with a whole liability in Mr. Joshua Jackson just reeks of desperation and poor decision making based on cloudy judgment. And when we are at our lowest as women, we tend to attract and sustain relationships with the vilest of men. But Lupita, in my opinion, is in full-blown rebellion mode after probably years, hell, probably decades of being the goody two-shoes nice girl who doesn't want to disappoint or hurt anyone. And that last breakup seems to be the straw that broke the camel's back. And now she's in complete I don't give a F mode, in a good girl turned bad tale that is as old as time. As all women who are former people pleasers need to have their moment to get all that they have repressed out of their system so that they can be their most truest authentic selves. So a sneaky link turned public with Mr. Low Value Right Now is probably the unhealthy medicine that she needs to finally break free from the chains of the respectability politics that have been put upon her, especially because her beautiful dark skin has been used as such a gravy train of representation, that people tend to forget that she's still human and that she's still a woman who wants to be loved and who wants to give love. And for that reason alone, I extend her grace, because none of us are perfect, but all of us want our happy ending. And sometimes life has to become messy for it to eventually make sense. So that is all that I have to say on this for now. And to get this conversation started, ladies, have you ever dated a newly divorced man? Do you think that Mr. Joshua Jackson is a high value man? And like Lupita, have you ever gotten tired of being the good girl? And as always, I thank you for listening, I thank you for watching, and I thank you for subscribing. And I hope you learned something, and I love reading your comments. And please like and share if you want more videos and if you care to further grow our feminine community. And please stay tuned for more videos to come, and I will catch up with you ladies and lurkers and ear hustlers in the next one.
Send this to somebody that's having a rough season. As in, the person that sent you this video, they see you. They see them ups and downs, but they also see you pushing through. Listen, this is not one of those fake positivity videos. Life ain't all butterflies and rainbows, okay? In reality, things might not be great right now. A whole bunch of mess going on around you, but the one thing that can be great is your mindset. Lowest of moments, you got to think so high of yourself that people think you insane. Rough seasons gonna come and go throughout the rest of your life. I can't even do nothing about that. I can help you with is stand on your square mentally. You let that depression seep in. You let that self-doubt win. I smell depression. I square. What's up? What's up? Who want what? Who want what? This is just a season. This is not your entire life. This life right now. I'll give you that. Go ahead and stand on business and plant some seeds right now that your future self will appreciate.